My life is short and getting shorter. This is not my land. I don't belong here. This is not my war. This is not my war. When I was young, I would play the hero.
Hey folks, welcome, and welcome. We're so glad you joined us here. It's the last Sunday of the month, and we're Emma's Revolution, and we have started this new, really fun for us, and hopefully for y'all too, practice of bringing in some fantastic singer-songwriter friends of ours who write beautiful songs that we know you want to be learning. So we're thrilled today to have a wonderful woman who we met back when we lived in the DC area, but truthfully we've had more of an opportunity to see and hear this fantastic performer when we've been in Zoomlandia. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about her, and then we're going to bring her up. So here's some of what's been written about Chris Matthews. Ask about the new generation of social justice music makers, and Chris Matthews will be mentioned. A prolific lyricist, Matthews blends Americana, folk, jazz, blues, and funk, and bluegrass too, into a bold, complex performance steeped in traditional melodies, punctuated by honest, original lyrics. So we are going to get to dig right into those honest, original lyrics, and please join us in giving a great big welcome to Chris Matthews.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Pat.
We're so happy to have you here. I mean, really,
Thanks for having me.
years ago, but I don't think we did as much performing in the same realm as we get to do now.
Yeah, that's one of those little pandemic perks. There's like these little rays of sunshine in the middle of the pandemic that are actually not too bad.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And we know you've been keeping busy. We just were at that Folk Alliance conference with you, and you were here and there at showcases and all around the place, and your name's been getting out there, and your songs have been getting out there.
yeah, it's been good. Everybody's getting pretty excited about the new album, so I'm very excited to have been able to get that done in the middle of a pandemic and get those songs out into the world. So trying to keep up with you too.
We didn't put out a CD at pandemic time, so tell me, when did the CD come out and what's it
It
called?
actually comes out March 26th. It's called Changemakers, and the first song for it dropped on the 21st. Was it's technically the second single, but I wrote a song for John Lewis called "Call Them In," and so we released that on his birthday, which was just February 21st. So I'm pretty excited about that.
That's fantastic, and we've heard that
Yeah.
it's a powerful song.
Yeah. Thanks.
So we want to let you know that you're here at Learning Emma's Revolution Song. We've got this cadre of people up here on Zoom who come with their guitars in hand, who come with their voices ready to sing and learn the tune. And we've got folks on Facebook who are joining us as well. So we're gonna turn it right over to you and let you teach us this beautiful song of yours. So thanks for being here.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you all for having me. Well, the song that I'm going to share today is called "Exactly Where You Are," and it's a song that I wrote after a really kind of profound train ride, and so the kind of vibe of the song actually feels a lot like a train. And so as we're talking about rhythm and things like that, you kind of feel that rhythmically. It kind of feels like a train just pushing you along. And I like to kind of set the scene when I'm telling a story. I like to think of my songs as kind of storytelling. So I actually like to set the scene in ways like that. So with music choices and such. So we're gonna get to play a lot of 16th notes with our guitar strumming today and kind of keep that train pushing along. I think one thing I will say for folks who are playing it, I like to transpose my songs quite a bit. Sometimes because I play the guitar upside down and backwards, certain keys work better for me for things that I actually want to do with the guitar. So you'll see this is actually a song that I wrote capoed on 5, and I play it in G, but it's actually in the key of C. So I think Sandy's actually been kind enough to write the transposed chords out for everybody as well. I'm going to be referring to the chords in G with the capo on 5, and this is just standard tuning, so be aware of that. And so the verses of the song are kind of, we'll talk about those more. I'm going to sing the chorus one time and then kind of walk you through how to play the chorus. And it's just like I said about this really beautiful train ride that I took. It was at a time where things in America which is where I live, kind of felt like they were the way things must have felt for my mom when she was my age. in this country. You know, it's like you're seeing all of this ugliness come out in ways that you really didn't think were true anymore. You kind of hoped that we had actually gotten a little bit further along in progress towards justice, but so many rebuttals of that were coming out at every turn, kind of just about the time I was taking that train ride. And on that particular ride, it was just like the universe sending me this big signal to remind me that, you know, what I see every day in the news media, and sometimes in my day-to-day experiences, isn't always the full scope of what is true. And what is the full scope of truth is that we have so much more in common than we don't. And so that train ride was just a beautiful reiteration of that fact. Some of the people that I introduced in the song, those are people that I met on that train ride. The little princess drawing on our breakfast while we were traveling up on the coast Starlight from San Francisco to a little bit south of Corvallis, Oregon. And yeah, just a beautiful reminder. So I hope you can feel the love of meeting all those people in this song. But the chorus, it says, and every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you exactly where you are. Every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you exactly where you are. So that's the nuts and bolts of the chorus. So in slow motion, we go to the A minor chord, and again, this is on capo 5. We're playing it in the key of G. For everybody without a capo, you were playing it in the key of C, and you've got your transposed chords there. I really wish I had gotten the chance to like show my full nerd card. I went to, it was a school for music education, so I actually teach a course on transposition. So if anybody wants to nerd out with me some other time, we can talk about transposition. I really love that. So for those of us who are playing it as the artist wrote it, capoed on 5 in the key of G. So our first chord of the chorus is that A minor chord. And every person's like a book. And then we go to that E minor chord with a story yet to tell. And that's C major to D. So put that all together. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell. Yeah? A hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. So we just repeat that same formation. And then we change it up. Hello, with that home chord, that one chord. Hello, how's it going? So that's G to D. How's your journey been so far? That's A minor to C. It's nice to meet you. Back to that home chord of G. It's nice to meet you. That's on D major. Exactly where you. And we're just letting that C chord hang where you are. And you'll notice a lot with my writing, I like to use what we call the amen chord. I'm a preacher's kid. I grew up in the AME church. And so I use that amen chord quite a bit. That's what we call 4 to 1. So, dun, dun, dun. That's when your preacher's getting really revved up. They're like really telling you the point of the message of the sermon. They're using that amen chord. So I like to use that amen chord quite a lot when I'm telling a story like this one, where I really want people to know what it is I'm trying to tell them in the middle of the song. So let's try to play the chorus one more quick time, just in tempo. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you exactly where you are. So that's the chorus. How's that feeling for everybody? Is that making sense? Everybody got their capo in the right place? Feeling pretty good? All right, good. So we'll talk a little bit about the verses. So I mentioned the rhythm of the song, of it kind of feeling like that train ride. And so those of you who have a little bit of a background in music, you know you got your quarter note, which if this is the tempo of the song, quarter notes are going 1, 2, 3, 4. If we've got eighth notes, they're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if we've got sixteenths, they're going 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. So we got 4 of those in there. And that kind of just even saying that out loud kind of feels like that train. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. And so that's what we're doing when we're playing this song. We're kind of painting that picture, kind of a la Bob Ross with his happy little trees. We're kind of painting that train in the song without even having to tell anybody that we're singing about a train yet. So we're going. So we're doing a lot of that chugga 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 as we're playing it. And you can hear again there, that was that amen chord going back again from C to G. So we're kind of setting the stage in all those ways. So Sandy and Pat, what do you think? Should we walk them through kind of the verse as well? Or do we want to just try to play a little bit?
You know what I'm wondering, because it's such a great song, like would you sing it all the way through so people get a sense of it, and then we can come back and talk about the verse and put it all together, because then they get to hear the whole story, because now you've prompted us with the story of the train ride. So
all right, good.
Story.
All right, perfect. Here we go. This is exactly where you are. Actually, I'm going to take my headphones off to sing it. It's a little bit harder to hear it muffled in there, so I'm going to take these off for just a quick sec while I sing for you. There we go. I've traveled all across this land, up the Gold Coast and back home again. Found common ground around every bend, and far fewer strangers than I've found friends. A little princess drawing at breakfast with wonder in her eyes, an immigrant on the phone with her abuela saying goodbye. Planes and trains and buses too. No us and them, just me and you. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you, exactly where you are. I've been from sea to shining sea, from Mendocino to Carolina Beach, and what I found town after town is folks getting right back up when life knocks them down. A sweet widow from Ohio who still sings with every track, a rambling man with his whole life packed upon his tired back. Planes and trains and buses too. No us and them, just me and you. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you, exactly where you are. As I've journeyed far and wide, I've tried to reach out across the great divide, across those knowns and those unknowns that keep us in opposing corners so alone. This or that, insert whatever social construct that you like. I hope all our better angels take the wheel for a while. Planes and trains and buses too. No us and them, just me and you. Just me and you. Just me and you, yeah. Just me and you, yeah. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going?
Yeah, we needed to
Yeah.
feel that journey. That's so awesome. Okay, now
Thanks
we're
so
ready to
much.
like rock the chorus and then rock the verses. Oh my God, it's
Oh,
such.
good.
I'm just gonna pop up there for a second because I'm really happy to get to play this and sing it with you because it has so much energy. You were talking about all the beautiful, like powerful, rushing train energy of it, and we're sitting here singing three-part harmony with you, which we're gonna have to do sometime live.
Yes.
But folks, we're on the journey now, so now we're ready to rock it. We're ready to learn it all. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. So yeah, so we'll go through and let's revisit that chorus again quickly and work on those chords again. So like I said, we're playing this song Capo 5 in G, and so when we go to the chorus for the first time, we're going straight to that A minor chord. And every person's like a book. So that's A minor to E minor, with a story yet to tell, and that's our C to our D. A hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. So we just repeat that same sequence that we did for that first line, first set of lyrics. And then hello, hello, right on that G. How's it going to D? How's your journey been so far? And that's A minor to C. It's nice to meet you. Back on that home chord of G. Nice to meet you to D. Exactly where you are. And that's our amen chord. That's C to G. 4 to 1. All right, let's try that together in tempo. You all up for trying that together in tempo? All right, here we go. So I'm gonna do a quick measure just sitting on the G to kind of get our fingers and our energy ready to start moving around. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you exactly where you are. We're back to that train ride. So yeah, this song is just it's just a feeling of this song. I was jokingly telling my producer this is the very first song on Changemakers. I said I wanted this song to feel like the kind of all aboard call for the Hope Train, and it kind of has always felt like that to me. This song always makes me smile. I can't help but be happy when I'm singing this song because it's we do so much of that. When we first meet people, especially now in the climate that we're in, it's so easy for us to make so many assumptions about somebody based on, what they're wearing or the flag that they have flying in front of their home or, different things that we see about them on social media and what have you. But sometimes the work for us, for those of us who are truly committed to social justice, and so much of that important work, as Pat and Sandy do so beautifully, is the calling in of allies, is the expanding of that coalition. And sometimes that means meeting people exactly where they are. And so this song is kind of about that. So let's talk a little bit about the verses. So that first verse is kind of just setting the scene for us. Getting that train on the tracks. And we're just doing that C to G. G, C, G. You feel that train just coming down the tracks? Yeah. I've traveled all across this land. And so we're just sitting on G for that whole first line. I've traveled all across this land, up the Gold Coast and back home again. And that's just our 5 chord to our 1, 5 chord, 4 chord, 1. So that's D, C, G. Yeah, so we're painting the picture. So we're saying, here I am, I'm on this train ride. The first person I meet the immigrant, talking on the phone to her grandmother, saying goodbye to her. I meet the little princess at breakfast. All of these people, the rambling man, just so beautiful. So beautiful. So let's see, let's try to play it along together. We'll just do verse 1 together. Everybody's got their chord sheet with them, yeah? All right, good. Here we go. And then those of you who are, of course, are vocal extraordinaires, just singing the melody so beautifully. And those of us who are the harmony, the choir, doing your harmony so beautifully in this song. Man, Pat, Sandy, I wish we could figure out a platform that would let us sing it at the same time. I would love to hear what you two are doing over there. Actually, how do you two want to sing just a little quick bit? Are you playing it over there?
We're gonna come up. Yeah, we could do a little bit of that. Now, see, the funny thing is, so there's a couple things.
Yeah.
what I want to give you an opportunity to are you open to singing the chorus without playing the guitar? Because I know our
Yes.
listeners love to hear all the nuances and all the little, they want to get all the little turns and all that cool stuff. But before we do that, I want to tell you some great comments. So Shireen, who's our wonderful Zoomer who joins us from Scotland, said, "What a lovely feel-good song."
Oh, thanks, Shireen.
Lori was saying that, yeah, that's Lori's saying she's blowing her train whistle. And so
Beautiful.
And on Facebook, we've got Carol there who's saying that, it's a song to invite people in, not call them out. She haven't even heard maybe about your calling them in song. And forget the book covers, look inside.
Exactly.
It's just lovely. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind singing the melody just without
absolutely.
the guitar so people can really, even slower, because you do beautiful things with your voice, and we love learning the little ins and outs.
Perfect.
And the little nuances
All right, perfect.
of that.
Do you want to hear the chorus without the guitar, or do you want to hear the verse?
And maybe the chorus.
Okay. All right. So let me get my pitch. All right. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell. I'll sing that again. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell. A hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello. How's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you exactly where you are. Yeah, that alto note is not for everybody. I'm sorry about that. Heather May, who I live with, reminds me of that all the time. She's like, man, I cannot get down that low. Wow. So yeah, it is just a sweet little melody. I never really mean to, like, I don't try to write a melody. I'm not like sitting down thinking of like how the melody should go. It just comes out that way. It's just however it feels, and that song is very much a how does it feel song. I literally, as soon as I got done with the train ride, the women I was staying with picked me up in Oregon, and I went home and started writing that song right away. It just was waiting for me when I got where I was going. All right, so let's try to sing that together, actually, everybody. We'll sing the chorus together. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you exactly where you are. Yeah. And of course, you can sing that up an octave if you have that range. You can also change that ending a little bit if it's easier for you, if you can't get all the way down to that low note. Let's see. Exactly where you are. You can go up instead of going down. Exactly where you are. And so if it's too hard to go down, you can always go up. You should always, I like to empower people to sing. And so if you can't sing it exactly the way the artist sings it, I run into that all the time because my voice is kind of low. And so sometimes I want to sing a Beyonce song and I am just not Beyonce. I cannot do that. And so you just have to make it fit for your voice. And that's definitely okay to do. You want to sing out. And anytime somebody can sing out, if it means changing a couple notes, I'm all for that. So, all right, let's talk a little bit about the hammering on for those of you who are playing on guitar and on stringed instruments. I do a lot of hammering for this song, and that means you're not necessarily like putting your finger down and strumming to make the thing. You're actually just kind of just literally the movement of putting your fingers on the strings in a kind of a hard or hammer-like way is making the sound. And so there's a lot of hammering on in this song. Like that's a hammer there. But so you'll see that notation in the way the chords are written out. It's kind of what we call a motif. So this is kind of like the presentation of the train at various points in the song. And you see it notated in those parentheses, those squared off parentheses in the chord sheet. And that's what that is. That's talking about that motif, that recurring presentation of the train, which is this little thing right here. So I use that same little motif to kind of get us from verse to chorus and from chorus to verse. We see that playing out throughout the song. You'll see that. So when you see that notation, that's what that's about.
Hey, Chris, can you lift up your fretboard just a little bit?
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm telling you about that and you can't even see it. Sorry guys. Here we go. So the hammering on. See that the C comes on after I'm not actually strumming down. It comes after the fact. So this is the G. That's a hammer. So you're like not having actually strummed the strings to make that sound. So and that's our little train. That's like our little train throughout the song. So sorry about that. Yeah, thanks for reminding me to pick my guitar up a little bit. This is the blessing and the curse of being so comfortable in your own home playing. You're just kind of sitting around like you do on the couch when you're writing the song, just so relaxed, not remembering to be conscious of the people needing to see what it is you're doing on your actual guitar. So yeah. So let's play a little bit with the verse. Let's try to get some of that under our belt. So we've got our intro. Our little train motif, nice and locked in. Have traveled on across this land of the Gold Coast and back home again. Found common ground around every bend, and far fewer strangers than I've found friends. A little princess drawing at breakfast with wonder in her eyes. An immigrant on the phone with her abuela saying goodbye. So that's the first part of it. And then when we get to that planes, trains, and buses too, we're just sitting on that G chord. We're just letting that train cruise on through. Just cruise right on through. Planes and trains and buses too. Then back up to D. No us and them, just me and you. You hear that hammer? There we go. And then we go right into the chorus, which we know so well. So yeah, I mean, this song, I was so happy to teach this one. I was nervous first as to which of the songs to teach, but this one is just, like I said, it always makes me so happy to sing this song. And so I'm just so grateful to get the chance to actually teach this song to people, to teach them how to play it. I hope to see somebody playing this. You'll have to send me a video of you all playing it sometime.
And I just wanted to remind folks that maybe came in late, that Chris plays her guitar. I saw this kind of playing with Elizabeth Cotton.
Yeah.
Back a long time ago, when we crossed paths.
So amazing.
They dubbed her playing that because it was unique to Elizabeth at the time. She played the guitar upside down and backwards, and Chris is doing that as well. So if these are not chord shapes that you recognize, it's because Chris's high string is on the top, and her low string is on the bottom. So it's the opposite of what a lot of players are used to. I can keep my fretboard up a little bit. I'm playing open without a capo.
Oh, cool.
C shapes.
Yep.
And I'll I don't know the song as well, so I'll try to keep up with you. And Sandy's been playing it up on the capo again in the shapes that you're used to. But it's a cool thing to try to play it the way Chris is playing it. It causes the chords to be voiced in a slightly different way. So
yeah. And what I'm doing for harmony is like, I've traveled all across this land, up the Gold Coast and back home again, and every band and far few strangers that I found friends. Obviously, we need to work on it.
So beautiful. That's so beautiful.
Like that. And for the chorus, it's kind of like, hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? Nice to meet you. And the other part, I need your part in there to really get it. So
yeah.
But it's it's basically up there, and I just like hitting some of those higher notes. How's your journey been so far? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Exactly where you are.
So beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. We were sort of like. we were thinking we were gonna like learn your song on at the same time, but we will know that we should learn it beforehand so we can tell you.
So then we can sing it with you.
Not at all. Not at all. Actually, let me see. I'll actually try to play it transpose. Let's see. So this is in C. So gosh, man, it's so hard. I'm like holding back the nerd. I'm like restraining the nerd so hard right now. So in the key of C, we're talking about chords kind of in terms of numbers. You might have heard me say like 1 4 1 4. 1 is always your home bass. So whatever key you're in, that home bass, that's your 1 chord. So without the capo on, we're playing it in the key of C. So I'm doing that same amen chord. So if I'm in the key of C, instead of my amen chord being C to G, my amen chord is now F to C. So let's try that first little train motif for the folks without their capos. So we're doing C and then F for our hammer to C.
I've traveled on across this land, up the Gold Coast and back home again.
So yeah, so we just went to the G. So now G is our 5 and back home again. Yeah, and see, it sounds so different. Let me just sing it for you back to back and let you hear the difference between without the capo. Even though it's the exact same chords, they sound so different when they're voiced in different positions on the guitar. So just listen to the guitar part and listen to how it sounds.
I've traveled on across this land, up the Gold Coast and back home again.
Yeah, let me sing that again.
Up the Gold Coast and back home again.
So that's an open. So that's how it is actually written. And then how it's played, it's just something about that. It's just a little more mellow, just a little darker. Even though it's the same notes.
I've traveled on across this land, up the Gold Coast and back home again.
Yeah, it's interesting because you can see when you're capoed up on 5, you see how very close my fingers are making that movement from the 4 to the 1. They're right next to each other. It's just such a subtle move. And when I'm without the capo, that jump is just a little bit more action on there. And for whatever reason, it just sounds a little less mellow. I don't know. It's just like one of those nerdy songwriter things. But yeah, let's stick with it without the capo. Actually, I should ask, are most people playing it without their capo, or do most people have their capo on? What's everybody doing? What you got, LMG? You got your capo on. All right. I can see that. Open? Karen's open. All right. All right, well, we'll do some open. We'll do a little little mix of both.
Right. And Chris, I may have figured out a way that we're going to record you playing, and then we'll play it and sing to it so you can hear the parts.
Yay! So cool.
Let me just see if I have to think about, let me get one other app up. Get my apps in place. Sorry to stop.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, someone mentioned they're playing it without their capo because they haven't learned their capo yet in their guitar class. So just really quickly, so capo is just this little gadget here that you just use at various points along your neck on your guitar. And so what it does is actually make you have the ability to sing a song in whatever key you want to without necessarily having to know as many chords basically as you might need to. So for example, if you're a guitar student who has not yet learned the C chord or maybe you haven't learned the F chord yet and you really want to play this song, well, if you're playing it and you're using your fingerings like you're playing a G, you can still make it sound like a C chord. So the capo is kind of like a cool, kind of a cheat tool in a way for theory, but also as far as musicality, it is kind of a neat tool because it gives you access to kind of making different tones. As you get more higher up on your neck, on your guitar, it really does sound like such a different instrument. It almost sounds like a ukulele. So the capo is just kind of a cool thing, and it's very easy to use one, but learning kind of like the benefits of what to do and then how you use it when you're trying to read along with another musician or something like that. So that just has to do with transposition, but it's just a cool, very simple little easy tool. You just use it along your neck to do a couple of cool things. And then some of the really, really awesome guitar players use 2 capos at a time, which gives you like a whole nother color palette of chord shapes to work with, all these beautiful voicings of chords. It's amazing what you can do with a capo or 2. So should I play? I'm going to play it for you so you guys can record it and then sing along? Okay.
Yeah, now we're ready. Here we go.
All right.
I've traveled all across this land, up the Gold Coast and back home again. I'm common ground round every bend, and far fewer strangers than I've found friends. A little princess showing at breakfast with wonder in her eyes, an immigrant on the phone with her abuela saying goodbye. Planes and trains and buses, no us and them, just me and you. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you, nice to meet you, exactly where you are.
All right, I'll let you two work on that. I cannot wait to hear that. Oh my goodness. One of my main things I'm like,
we're going to give you a taste of it because we can roll through it. But here's the thing. Before we do that, now you're going to get to hear.
Go through it before.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
See, I was reading Pat's mind.
But what I think you're also going to get to hear is our not so great reception, which apparently we have to do something. You're clinching the deal that we have to do something about our upload and download speed.
Yeah, that was like one of the first things we did. It was like, as we were driving back from a gig in Chicago, Heather and I were riding back together. We saw all of our gigs getting canceled. So by the time we got home and realized that we were definitely not going to be working at least until May, she goes, oh yeah, it's going to be at least a year. It's definitely going to be longer than just to May. She was like, we need to upgrade our internet. So we got the fastest internet we could possibly get from Verizon. We have like Ethernet cables running all through our house so that we can patch in like hardwire directly in no matter what room we're in.
That's so great. We've been doing some level of that, but it's not sufficient. But here
we're also out a little ways from where they're actually doing the high speed stuff. So we're at max on at least one system, and there's one other system that we can inch it up a little bit more. So I've been working on it. I've been actually pleading with them to get us fiber.
We'll give you a second of it just for sound, even though it's going to be the on the fly. Why not?
You got this, Pat. You got this, Pat.
We sing in the same range is the only trick. So we can find some ways around you, Chris.
All right, here we go.
Traveled out across this land, up the Gold Coast and then back home again. I'm common ground round every bend, far from the strangers that I found friends. A little princess showing at breakfast with wonder in her eyes, an immigrant on the phone with her abuela saying goodbye. Planes and trains and buses too, no us and them, just me and you. Every person like a book with a story left to tell, a hidden gem buried deep within the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you, nice to meet you, exactly where you are.
That's really low. All right.
So fantastic.
Well, that's how you start.
No rehearsal.
That's how you start. Right? No rehearsal. Obviously there's some lines we really need to work on there, but there are some parts that are pretty easy to catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, and probably for the high part, it's a little bit easier because
yeah, because I just have to avoid your melody, which is tricky.
It is. It really is. Yeah, we have very similar ranges, Pat, for sure.
Yeah.
Gosh, that was so beautiful, you two. Thank you so much. That was so awesome. I'm thinking now. I'm like, how soon can I hurry up and get vaccinated so I can hurry up and sing some songs with those two?
Yeah, likewise.
Oh my goodness, so amazing.
I want to say that we are specializing in what our friend Lydia Violet calls clumsy grace in this time of pandemic. So we are doing things that, this thing is going to last forever up there. Us plowing our way through your harmony, the good, the bad, and the almost there. But this is life, So I think
it's beautiful.
You know what we'd love? Would you want to play the song through again, and then let us know about stuff you're up to, and then we'll jump on and have a little hang up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh
yeah.
So we're gonna.
Yeah, Virginia on Facebook just said every folk singer needs a train song, and this is a great one.
I agree. It's a fun train song. It really is. All right, I'm going to sing it through. Everybody's got their chords with them. I'm going to play it as it's written on K5 and fingering it as if it's in the key of G. And so if you are playing it in the key of C, make sure you got your transposition notes for you. Your chords, your amen chord, remember, is going to be that F to C, and our amen chord is going to be C to G. I have to thank the Rev for giving me the inspiration for the amen chords for sure. So, all right, this is exactly where you are in tempo, and I've got my foot shaker on, so I'm gonna get to really bring it on home this time. I was holding back on my foot shaker before. I've traveled all across this land, up the Gold Coast and back home again. Found common ground round every bend, and far fewer strangers than I've found friends. A little princess jawing at breakfast with wonder in her eyes, an immigrant on the phone with her abuela saying goodbye. Planes and trains and buses too. No us and them, just me and you. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep in the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you, nice to meet you, exactly where you are. I've been from sea to shining sea, from Mendocino to Carolina Beach, and what I found town after town is folks getting right back up when life knocks them down. A sweet widow from Ohio who still sings with every track, a rambling man with his whole life packed up on his tired back. Planes and trains and buses, no us and them, just me and you. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep in the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you, nice to meet you, exactly where you are. As I've journeyed far and wide, I've tried to reach out across the great divide, across those knowns and those unknowns that keep us in opposing corners so long. This or that, insert whatever social construct that you like. I hope all our better angels take the wheel for a while. Planes and trains and buses too. No us and them, just me and you. Just me and you. Just me and you. just me and you, yeah. And every person's like a book with a story yet to tell, a hidden gem buried deep in the depths of their well. Hello, how's it going? How's your journey been so far? It's nice to meet you, nice to meet you. Exactly, exactly, exactly.
Right on.
Nice job.
Thanks so much, everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That is so great.
How great to have you with us.
Thanks so much. Such a pleasure to be with you all today. So lovely.
Yeah. So we are thrilled. So tell us what you have coming up.
So I've got the new album coming out. So we're getting really, really, really excited about that. Like I said, Call Them In is actually already out now. So if any of you are folk music radio aficionados, have a favorite folk music radio station in your neck of the woods, you can feel free to call them up and ask to hear that song. It's out all out and about right now. And Changemakers comes out on the 26th of March. And then actually, if you were interested in attending a virtual concert, again, that's one of the little pandemic perks. You can, catch a Chris Matthews show from Australia if you are so inclined, because I have not yet had the joy of playing in Australia in person, but you can come to a concert from there. I'm going to be playing a virtual show for the Arc in Ann Arbor, Michigan on the 5th of March. So yeah, come to that show, come hang out. You can hear exactly where you are and some other fantastic songs of love, hope, and justice. Again, it's such an honor to share some space with the two of you. I'm just such a fan of the work that you all do, musically and ethically, in this world. It's just such a treat to be in the same space as you. So thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. It's totally our pleasure. And, we're so thrilled to just hear what you get to do and what you're doing in the world. And we appreciate your coming and sharing your song with our friends up here on Zoom and our friends on Facebook. We posted your information on Facebook too, or I'm working on that. And so for folks who are on Facebook, we welcome you to come and use the link at the top of your chat and join us here on Zoom, where we're going to have a little post-event hang and get to say hey to Chris in person and all of that good stuff. And I see lovely comments. Shireen wants to know about your gramophone, so I guess we'll hear about that when we start.
All right, great.
We've got some things coming up, which I have to remember what they are. I know Moria's going to put them in the chat for me. But this week, we teach songwriting. We teach 3 sessions of songwriting a week, and we do have some space in our Wednesday classes. So if folks are interested, you can email us through our website or at emmasrevmusic@gmail.com. We've also got a concert on Thursday, March 4th, with Betsy Rose and Melanie DeMore.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Moria, for putting that info up in the chat there. So please come and join us up here on Zoom. And next week, we'll be back with some more songs. And we have another adaptation of Learn Emma's Revolution song that we will be announcing next week. But we're so thrilled that you came and joined us here today, Chris Matthews. Thanks so much. And Facebookers, we see you next time.